then I came
I
home
don't
last
get
night
it.
and I have to reassess. We have to stay up to date with the Schumann resonance, especially during these time periods where
Nobody believes in their own shit anymore.
Yeah, you're feeling the holy shift right now.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit fire is coming.
I mean, the holy shit.
And you're
Message this guy.
Very wired right now. And yesterday
said everything that he asked, because you should be.
I'm feeling it. My body's racing.
He won't even answer me back.
If you could reflect back, I want you all to reflect back and think about how you were feeling in the previous
I don't know. I don't get it.
days, maybe
offered him $50. Talk to me.
Very wired today versus how you felt previously 3 days to about.
How do you get your story out? The stronger you are, the quieter they make you. The crazier they make you out to be.
External energies, and
I don't know.
within our
Maybe
the Schumann resonance, right? It's created within the dome.
Everybody just thinks having your human rights stepped on is okay.
The top
I learned that your workplace can do whatever they want. You can tell them there's a problem. You don't have to investigate. And when they're made to investigate, you don't have to do it right. You tell them there's a problem. It may have caused a death. Call the Ministry of Labor. They don't do anything. They'll call you back. They won't do anything.
The Holy Spirit fire. We just had Pentecost Sunday.
And you send a crazy video to the Premier of Ontario. Back it up with an email. Hey, a man died. Can you look into this? No, I'm crazy though. The email was a little crazy, but to not get a response was a little bit more crazy. At least tell me I'm crazy or look into the man's death. But I got nothing from the Premier of Ontario who's looking after me. And, his family doesn't have to be vaccinated, but he talked me into getting my family vaccinated. That's cool. That's okay.
We're like a Tesla coil. We're like an amplifying antenna.
Or when you're strong enough, after you realize that you were going to kill yourself, you go to the hospital to go get help. You start to feel better. When you have your bully beat on you a little bit more, then you have an accident where somebody lies and causes you a whole bunch of grief, including a bad news report who showed you as a bad guy. The police never actually investigating, because you can actually figure it out if you look at the film and look at the statements. But no, let's just charge this guy because this guy lied and this guy's in the hospital. So we'll take this guy's word for it. Because I don't know. Then your work can actually hurt you again because you finally stand up and you start texting them all this horrible stuff. But you tell them how to get you to stop. And give them more rights than they ever gave you. And somehow they can get a hold of your psychiatrist. And he can yank and put you in the hospital and not ask you what was going on. Put you in based on violence. I don't know. Don't you have to be guilty to be charged and locked up for violence? I didn't recall any violence. I didn't recall saying any violence because there was none. But they can take you and arrest you or put you in the hospital, say you're mentally ill. So, thank you, psychiatrist, for letting my bully put me back into the hospital again. Human rights violation, I would think. But no, that's normal. Oh, let's see. Then, someone hit you, documented, police, everything, can question your mental health and get you put in the hospital multiple times. And you can tell your psychiatrist, you can say, hey, this is happening. I have audio, I have video. He doesn't care. You can say, hey, that person's trying to take over my financial ability. and then let you out.
It's
And then the next time he brings you in, he's trying to take your financial ability because the same person done it to you again.
the body. Sometimes when we have these things that
I think that's a lawsuit against the hospital. I think it's very easy to prove that I was never violent, never charged for violence.
the energy is
I charged the police around here because I asked them for help, and they basically told me I was a liar. When I told them I had video and audio and evidence and this and that,
also going
and that my stuff was being taken away that I was paying for,
the booms that happen.
but they didn't care.
Right? So the energies are coming inside of you.
They listened to one side.
Build up. and
One
all of a
side.
sudden, something erupts, right? We might have clarity. We recently were talking about clarity.
My insurance company
Embracing who you
did
are.
exactly what I told them not to. I actually have them on audio lying to me, and me begging for them not to do something, and they did it, and it caused me a whole lot of pain, like I thought it would.
If we're becoming more familiar with solar flares, we have A, B, and C
Then-
class solar flares, and then we go up to M class solar flare. That's where we're really getting.
I start seeing all this stuff on my videos and my pictures and all this other stuff.
Solar flare.
Nobody will talk to me this whole time either. No, just lock you up, do whatever. My friends are gone because they think I'm crazy because I'm like, hey, can you help me? I'm like, in trouble.
Not so.
I need someone to talk to.
But it's not always about
No,
getting-
Carl's crazy. Carl's crazy. Well, eventually, guess what, guys? You drove me crazy. It's all over the internet. You had me thinking you were the worst people in the world. The worst.
I'll give you an example. You might say, Michael.
Like, right down nasty. And the thing was,
2.8 hertz.
is that I knew that this fantasy might not be real.
All these
But the real world was feeding into my fantasy. Because no one wanted to talk about my fantasies. Or whatever you call them.
specific frequency, for example.
Instead, I'm just sick. But I'm like, hey, this might not be real.
Time ago, I shared, like sometimes we can't really see
Man.
frequencies. What could be a real life example?
I know this was happened for a reason.
And they hit a pitch, right?
God kept telling me, keep filming it. Let them know. Let them know. Take the punishment, Carl. Take it.
Frequency.
It's for your own good. It's for you to learn from.
Frequency and a resonance that will.
Maybe you can teach them.
So if you're familiar with that example, certain energies. that are
Didn't
coming in,
Jesus teach us?
They're going to resonate within you at a specific.
I guess you have to sacrifice yourself to show people. You people should find Jesus.
We can have something
'Cause,
specific
man,
going to activate what lies
people are not as good as they think they are. Sit there and criticize everybody else.
Heart's pounding right out.
I'm not
Right now.
perfect. I at least know it.
Your heart emits an electromagnetic field 5,000
People go on thinking that you're so much better than everybody else.
We're moving towards a heart-based reality. We have to think and feel with our heart. I shared about the power of clairsentience. And
I look at it like,
all these energies,
no better than the Nazis.
and we understand and overstand that
They were all programmed. How many of them do you think didn't want to be a part of it? But were too scared to do anything because if they did, the old dictator, his own men, own people would him. For thinking it was wrong. So they all went along. How many of them you actually think thought it was wrong?
We have to pick up our frequency
Think about it.
to match with it. Otherwise,
Hey, all my friends who actually lied
right?
to protect
As it goes
their
higher and
jobs, their workplaces,
higher. So
where they should already be protected, but they're not. They think they're doing the right thing, protecting their family, but they're lying.
You have to unlock a specific door, right?
Hey, man.
Unlock something that's
Keep
lying
doing it.
dormant inside of you.
Keep
You're
lying.
the warriors of the
I don't
rainbow.
care. You're the only one that has to answer to God.
This is Hoping Prophecy Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, I think it's end times. But
Oh,
hey,
Ben, thank you
just
so
my
much.
opinion.
appreciate
I know it might not be
It's my
true.
honor to do this. I love the fireworks in the
But hey, if it is, there's a lot of you in a lot of trouble.
blasting off, right? That's what the solar flares are giving us. Little
Money is believing your own stuff.
Yeah. God's energy is going through us right now. It's resonating
Man.
within our DNA.
One day when somebody goes through all my social media
Maybe see, if you've been
and they see what I've been through,
look at the past
how
week,
crazy
picking up right now.
this drove
He
me.
said we share from a place of authenticity,
And then someone actually takes a look at my videos
right?
and my pictures and goes, oh, maybe there's something there. Maybe. Maybe he's vibing at a different vibration than the rest of us. Maybe he sees things that we can't.
We might be feeling down and then all of a sudden
No.
a burst of energy. And we've been holding up
Nothing
this
like that.
density inside of us.
Instead, we'll just say you're wrong.
And these solar flares, the solar flashes, it's not
Almost
the
2 years.
dense energy
Nobody to talk to.
from us.
Begging my
It's
best
no one's
friends,
fault. We go about
begging
our
my
journey,
family,
we pick up
begging
this
my
density.
psychiatrist,
We're becoming
begging
a
anybody to
less
talk to me.
species. Reality. We're moving from a fear-based society.
You wonder
to a
what's wrong with
love-based
society?
society. And that's why
In
I
order
say
to prove me
regards
crazy,
electricity,
you gotta hear me out
Nicholas
first.
Nicholas
But nobody's
shared
willing to
about
do
the
that.
universe.
But y'all willing to call me crazy.
We're all connected.
Isn't it funny how that
The
works?
sadness is dropping off right now. We're
No.
raising our vibrational frequency. And
Maybe
God
I'll
has
come back
sent us.
later.
It's the Holy Spirit
I'm
fire
losing all this
shared
fear.
about this
I don't
many
care
times.
anymore.
The Holy
I
Spirit
don't
fire
care who sees it.
is resonating within our DNA right now. So,
I just want things to be right.